and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Lamar now from the gun. Caught by Flowers. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Lamar out of the pistol. An alert play defensively there. Got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it 2nd down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. And again, it's Jackson. Buying some time left. Finding Flowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dumping the ball.
They'll run here with Henry. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. On 2nd down, here's Henry again. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens finish off an excellent opening series. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just...
The kicker gets it. Oh, it looks like he's going to throw it. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Could have been 7 if they tried the point after, but instead, they only call on him to boot this away. Cordero Patterson now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Wilson airing it out to start. Into the hands of Pat Fryermuth. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wilson on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Second down now, 7 to go. Defense shows blitz. Wilson. Ravens swoop it in, and they bring him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Neither side separating much so far. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. 2nd quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They'll need something big here to start out. It's 3rd and long. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And he makes the half go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Just tried a little bit too hard to get that 3rd down conversion. Brock wanted so badly to keep that opening series going, and that one cost him.
Yeah, I think it's less, Kate, in this case about the throw and much more about crediting the defense who was ready and willing to be opportunistic. Not just knock that ball away,
Yeah.
They wanted to take advantage of that opportunity, and they jumped on it.
Another two-point try coming for the Ravens. Jackson throwing for it. And it's caught. So they try for two once again, and this time it pays off. They're up 14-zip. All right, that gets them back on track after the initial miss, Brock. Now up 14-zip following the two-point conversion.
Even if you're just 50-50 on two-point tries, they're still in a really good place. Up a couple touchdowns. Clearly the better team here to start it out. Time to step on that pedal a little bit more.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap.
What are you looking at? You are flying, Matt!
What the blousy call was that?
Where did they find these idiots? What's the safety?
And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay of game. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty.
Get off the field now. Did you see the replay?
See the replay?
A complete idiot! Got it.
Gotta be kidding me!
Not a lousy call, was that? Did you see the replay? No way! We watching the same game? Are you blind? Got it! You are a complete idiot! Just saying that!
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. First carry for Derrick Henry. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And right away, he lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. From the gun, it's Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Jackson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat like the guys
I like
in the on-deck circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Again, Jackson steps away. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Flowers. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 26-yard line. Now Lamar changing the look. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10. Jackson now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. That's caught. It's Flowers. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Mahomes going to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
First down carry for Henry. 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, 44 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the turnover sets it up, and then a touchdown run here on the ensuing play.
And Brandon, a lot of times you see teams take shots in the passing game on a quick change like this. They go right back and throw one for the end zone. Here they just called a running play looking to get a few yards, but he's able to work his way downfield and take it into the end zone. The end result, the exact same thing as going for it in the passing game.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Flushed out right. And fights him off. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take over here up near the 40. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, get me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Jackson. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 34. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Mahomes now to throw. Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Mahomes to throw once more. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. They'll look to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now a timeout called for by the offense. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. To throw, it's Mahomes. That's caught right side by Worthy. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, it's Perine. He's going to be marked down very close to the first down marker. But it looks like he's a yard short. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him.
And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco, taken down at the 30.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd down and 6.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. Catch is made by Hardman. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 30 yards. And the Chiefs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
A third quarter now at a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Henry up the middle. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd down, Henry.
Down the left sideline.
And he gets it all the way down to the 3. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Henry will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up. Over the other.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 33. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often. That one was tipped up in the air and fortunately fell away for the defense because if the offense is able to grab that one, that's a short little jaunt into the end zone because there's not enough reaction time off of a tip ball for the defense to rally and make a tackle. They were very fortunate on that play.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line.
That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack. Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly four-down territory. Now here's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Xavier Worthy, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Mahomes will throw for it. And he will get into the end zone. So how about that for putting it on the line? They've taken the lead by a point here in the fourth quarter. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Here comes a reverse. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a goal-line touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. Two nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? All three timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a first down in field goal range already. Jackson will throw again. That one into the hands of Flowers. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Here's 1st and goal. Here's Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
Here we go! Here we go! Oh, yeah! Here we go! Come on, baby! Here we go! It's all about that teamwork!
3rd down and goal coming up here. Here's Henry. And he's going to be out of bounds to stop the clock. And they continue to move a little bit closer toward that potential game-winning field goal.
Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down.
There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens.
A 1-yard touchdown pass.
And the Ravens answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Now Jackson. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Mahomes. We'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete. Look at the big man rumble.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy, because that's all you care about, not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Now he'll give it up on the reverse. And he returns this to the 22. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Jackson.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
Throwing, Jackson.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Jackson.
On the move to his left.
That is caught. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Now Jackson.
Over the middle, complete. That's Flowers. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Here comes second down at 5.
Let it. Throw it. Doesn't matter what's against the compass. Hey, you got this. You got it. Let it in for a touchdown. Put him in that place. Come on. Big play here. Big play.
Jackson to throw.
Rolling to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Throwing now is Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this one is incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
Here's Jackson. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch.
Well, Charles, I know you have a lot of questions. So do I about the decision there at the end. They had the potential game-tying field goal. Yes, it would have been a long field goal, but they passed it up, and they lose the game.
And you're right, partner. We all have questions, but I don't think anyone's going to ask the question more forcefully than the person who signs the checks for the entire organization. Why didn't you run the field goal kicker out there? You had a chance to tie the game. Looked like a makeable kick. Was the kicker hurt? Did you just not like the field conditions? This head coach is going to have a heck of an explanation.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.